a school secretary by the name of Anna Mateo is suing the Charlotte Mecklenburg schools.
Okay.
Anyway, well, she's suing because she was hired as a bilingual secretary, right? Well, it turns out that she was speaking to Spanish-speaking parents in Spanish, right? And she got fired because of it, or at least that's what she claims.
Oh, it's about time, man. Tom Tancredo and Lou Dobbs are going to be ecstatic over this. Okay.
Now, what happened is, back in 2008, the school principal quit, and they had a new school principal by the name of Suzanne Jimenez. Now, Jimenez is not Hispanic. She married a Hispanic guy, so...
Keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Anyway...
So far, I like to pause to point out that I like Anna's pronunciations. Anna Mateo. And Jimenez. Not too much, not too much. You probably did it just about right. But anyway.
All right. Anyway, so there were a lot of different situations where Mateo was speaking to, now you're making me laugh, was speaking to parents in Spanish because a lot of the parents are Spanish speaking and they do not speak English, okay? In fact, to be specific, 42% of the 500 students are Hispanic. All right. So anyway, she ended up getting fired. Now I'm going to talk to you about the situation that irritated me the most, all right?
Just a quick note, one more number on that. It's not just that 42% are Hispanic, but nearly 10% of the school, the kids did not have English as their first language, nor their parents, okay? So that makes it harder. Now, I didn't either, and I adjusted, so I'm a fan of immersion, right? But there's got to be a bounds of reason to it.
Right.
And in this case, Anna's about to explain to you how they went way beyond the bounds of reason.
Right. During September 2008, a Spanish-speaking parent came to the school crying and stating in Spanish that someone in the school had placed a stick in her 7-year-old son's buttocks. Okay?
Okay, keep going.
You're the worst.
I don't know. I didn't say a thing. I don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. That's terrible.
I can feel you laughing. Okay.
What,
So,
like you want this or something? No, that's wrong. It's terrible.
no, that situation is wrong, but the word buttocks is even worse.
Buttocks is what's
Like,
funny.
you can't
yes.
use the word buttocks. But
Yeah,
anyway, so,
okay.
that happened. Anyway,
Buttocks.
Mateo asked Ms. Jimenez if she could translate for the parent. Ms. Jimenez refused and told the parent her 7-year-old son could translate. The parent continued to cry and eventually left without having her issue resolved because she could not understand Ms. Jimenez's responses.
Now, I'm going to fast forward through the rest of the stories, but they all come out to the same thing. Parents distressed, can't communicate. And this Anna Mateo is like, hey, listen, we have to be a decent human being. My God, I mean, the facts of the story, the 7-year-old with the thing is terrible, terrible, right? And I got to say something to her as another human being, let alone what my role is in this thing and stuff. And this is not the time to, execute your ideas about how the kids should learn English and should do the translation and when they're 7 years old and had sticks, da-da-da-da-da, and no. So then they fire Mateo. And this becomes the world's easiest case.
Right. No. And look, here's another thing that Mateo is alleging, right? But if this is true, it's so maddening, okay? Assistant Principal Kimberly Vaught told Mateo she knew that Mateo could empathize with the parents because she crossed the border just like them.
Okay, that's beyond outrageous. She didn't cross the border at all.
Right.
Okay. I mean, like, at first when I read that, I was like, that's so outrageous. She must know something about Mateo's life. Maybe they talked about it before and she told this amazing story. No, it turns out Mateo was just Hispanic, but didn't cross any borders. You can't say that.
She was a U.S. citizen who is Hispanic Nicaraguan.
What borders did she cross? So she's, doing a civil rights complaint here, and the civil rights complaint is exactly right. This is what it's built for. This is what it's supposed to do. Okay, so look, of course they should give her job back. That's outrageous. And I get the idea that, hey, look, we have to immerse the kids in English and get them to learn quicker. I'm a fan of that, right? But you have to have it be within the bounds of reason. First of all, punishing the parents, especially when they're in a hysterical state and justifiably angry or upset, is not the right way to do it. I mean, use some sense, right? And you're not trying to teach the parents, you're trying to teach the kids. So this is wrong on the policy, wrong on the firing. In the end, I'm sorry. The case is too easy. Guilty.